Hello, everybody. It's Hambbage here. Boy, I missed you guys. Sorry about the extra delay. Whew, vacation was great. Coming back was busy, and yeah, we've got winter here in Colorado again. Minnesota winter, like I was on vacation. It's felt pretty real this morning. Fun little bit on that. And honestly, we're going to have to catch up a little bit with where we were at. Ooh. Uh, let's go in our little area here and sleep. That shouldn't affect our ongoing project here one way or the other, but it is helpful not to have creepers and skellies and all that running around. Okay, so for anybody who hasn't been eagerly awaiting this episode from the last one, because I know that there's loads of you just queuing up waiting for it. I'm kidding. But I'm glad to have you back, whether you've been here before or this is your first visit over here to Hambbage. We are working on some advancements here. In fact, our last advancement. How did we get here? And as a quick recap here, I'll get to what's going on below my feet. This is an HCMC 100 run, which was a challenge that a lot of actual streamers and bigger channels were doing a couple of years ago now. There was kind of a resurgence with vanilla Minecraft, and the idea was come back, and if you haven't already, complete 100% of the advancements in hardcore. And I've played vanilla Minecraft for ages in hardcore mode. Hadn't ever really worried about the advancements at all. I just kind of played my games, went out, beat the dragon, built stuff, all that good fun. And it is fun, and it remains that way a lot of times because you never know how long you've got or when the world could go away. Now, this world, we've been going for quite a while. Let's take a look. We are at day 1549. And as you can see from here, this won't help us too much, but let's just take a quick look because we haven't in a long time. By the look of things here, we've done everything. There are no visible advancements left to get. However, there is one hidden, and I think it lives here behind a Furious Cocktail, I believe. But basically, we did one of the advancements was to make all the different types of potions and have them all active. And there's not much challenge there, but a little bit because some of them have pretty short duration. So you have to make sure you have them all ready to go in advance. And it kind of, all of the advancements are designed to teach you how to work within this Minecraft universe. Well, a more challenging one is to have every game effect applied to you. And on the surface, that's pretty straightforward, right? You eat a food, you get a bonus to your stats. You get hit by a monster, maybe you get a negative effect. So buffs, debuffs, all that kind of stuff. And there's food effects, there's, potions, monsters, arrow-inflicted ones, and some that just come from creatures and events that happen within the world. So one of those is an effect called levitation. You get that from a creature that lives in the void, which is a shulker. Many of you guys may already know all of this, but that's just one of several that are kind of puzzling to get applied to you all at the same time. We are in the overworld here. Shulkers live in... You didn't kill him now, did you? Why? I thought we talked about this. I wasn't even paying attention. Dang it. Alright, we had stairs down here. What's your deal? That was rude. Rude. All right. Well, we'll finish him up while I talk. Sorry about that. Um, so yeah, one of those effects is called levitation. It comes from the void dimension. We're waiting here. Let's just go ahead and seal ourselves in. So we're in the overworld, kind of a V world, right? And there's a nether and a void, both of which are completely different dimensions and give you some, more challenging content that you don't just normally have walking around the world, even though it's in hardcore. You got obviously thanks to our Pillagers here, Pillageri. I think he's Pillageri. Shooting at me here. Obviously, mobs are hostile, or some of them are, and he's an example of that. So he's shooting at us with crossbow arrows or bolts, and the reason he's doing that is, well, it's in its nature. And if he has the chance, he's going to try to kill me. But he only has a single crossbow. He was born with it, presumably, and ran around from an early age shooting his bolts. However, nothing really happened with him until he saw me and came running over, and I trapped him in this hole. Now, the vast majority of these guys, I just go, shoot with an arrow or chop with my sword. Back in the day, we used to put our shield up to make sure he didn't hit us with these arrows, and it was all good. We'd get him dead, and then he wouldn't be a problem anymore. And there's lots of his buddies that come around, and we just happen to be sitting next to a tower where they're always generating. So that's kind of the lay of the land. He had that crossbow, as I said, and just like when I shoot a crossbow, his crossbow has durability. There are around, I want to say it was 500 or 450 or something shots in a regular crossbow. And as far as I know, the game doesn't, spawn them with any used durability. When items are dropped, you'll often, if you get one, find that it needs to be repaired. But in his case, he starts with a clean slate and has to shoot an endless supply. He's basically got unlimited ammo, but the typical standard durability on his crossbow. So what we started at the end of the last episode was to get him shooting at a villager, and that was what was below my feet here. The villager was doing fine, and we, as you can see, we modified a little bit, because in the last episode, or two, I'm not sure how long ago it was, our previous villager died. Despite seeing all these arrows coming through here, whether the villagers are taller or how that works, I'm not sure, but they seem to get hit every once in a while, and that was why I noticed he had stopped shooting. The villager was gone, so that was too bad. As I said, we need to breed up the villagers over next door, because we pulled two of them out. I don't want their village to suffer. And we certainly need to do a couple raids when we get to the point of running our How Did We Get Here attempts. So all of that will come into play. But for now, I'm just clearly filling the time while he keeps shooting. And eventually he's going to stop because his crossbow broke. Once that happens, we've got him. He's good. And we already actually took his buddy, Pillager, over to the building site. So we're going to get him pacified here effectively by just taking away his one and only weapon. Bring him, and then work on our villagers today as well, because we currently have none of those over at our site. So first of all, we're going to build back up the village that's close at hand here, so we make sure we don't leave it depopulated, and then we'll take two of the villagers that we've got on hand at this village to our spawn area where we're going to build our iron farm. Why an iron farm, you ask? Well, we want to get a bunch of iron because we want to make a minecart monorail to take our shulkers all the way from the void to the spawn area where they are going to pop up out to our attempt island. And that's where we will be able to get not only the levitation effect if we have a shulker near at hand, but also a couple of effects such as mining fatigue, which we get at guardian temples or flooded underwater, undersea temples, whatever you like to call them. I think technically they're guardian temples, but that's the only spot where you can get those. So it basically comes down to, do you want to move an Elder Guardian, which is the mob that gives you that effect, to the Void, along with some other source things, including a dolphin. So you can either move all of those things to the Void in the end, or you can bring a shulker back. So I elected to bring the shulker to the overworld, but because of the distance we had to go to get a guardian temple, it isn't practical, I don't think, to try to put him in a boat and bring him. We've already lost one since we learned how to capture all of them. It takes a lot of work to get all this stuff set up, especially when you get interrupted with things like vacations, and then you kind of have to go, all right, where were we? So a part of this talking through is helping me to get back, and the things that I'm realizing we'll probably have to go back and revisit again is getting those shulkers in the boats. That is tough. And what we'd ended up with to try to store them successfully back at the portal, and then once we get them, getting them on out to the island. So still plenty to do. Fun, challenging stuff, but this is one of the first things that, and it's kind of the first build that has had some of these dependencies that I can't do anything about. And you may be thinking, well, Hambbage, that's great, and I'm glad you just spent 10 minutes or whatever it is telling us all about this again. But you could just get a zombie and use that for your iron farm. And you're absolutely right. What I'm trying to set up will work with zombies, and if you haven't seen, there are a myriad of iron farm builds out in YouTube where people in survival or hardcore worlds will have a zombie spawned in the night that just has a natural hostility. Oh, listen, it's getting quiet. Follow them over. This guy, for instance, has now stopped shooting at us, and the only reason that he's going to stop shooting at us is because he has run out of crossbow. Well, his crossbow broke, right? That's kind of the deal here. So let's go back over here. We have to get far enough away from him to sleep. Yeah, so we're using him and his buddy because they have a wider threat range. Now, do I have a boat ready to go? Let's try to do this. Hi. Alright, come after me. And do I have any fence? I do. No, 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 no! No, no, no. Oh, crap. Get in the boat. Oh, my goodness. That was almost a disaster. That was what I was trying to prevent with the fence. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Now, he can't go beyond. This should Go on. Get in there. Go on. It's going to be fun. Okay, now we got to go after him. Now, where'd he go? Come here. Come on, get in the boat. Oh, dude. Get in the boat. Oh, I think it went the wrong way. And again, this is the second time we've done this, so yeah, pillagers like this one that we just pacified still generate threat. The villagers don't care that he doesn't have a crossbow. They hear him making those sounds and go, "Ooh, that's scary. I don't want any part of that." So if they see enough of him, or if he's in range of them, they will generate an iron golem to try to protect them. And that is going to be the source of our iron. If I can get this boat. Okay, now you're up. Come on. Come on. This way. We got to get you on the ice, because if I put a boat behind the ice, you will... Come on. Not be it. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh, no. Got him in the boat. 2/3 of this battle is already done. Not counting the breaking of the crossbow. That was 11/14 of the battle. Maybe 27/30 even. It was a lot of the battle. As you can see, we've done a bit of modification here at our spawn portal. And are going to take him back through. Hopefully we haven't already wasted an entire day just getting him here. But let's gather these up. And, oh! Yeah, I agree, sir. Okay, before he gets out, we seal this one off again. Don't want him. Okay, and that's good. Alright. I don't want to hit you. Don't. Okay. Come on. One more of these. One more. Then you can go join your buddy. Whoo-wee! Okay, where'd you go? Oh, where'd you go, dude? Come on, this side. There you go. Good boy. Oh, now we got this trouble. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Okay, and there is our destination. I think we can hopefully make it by nightfall. It's not too far. So the iron farm is kind of a big sidetrack on what I was all talking about earlier with all of the advancements and things, but it's a good one. I haven't had an iron farm. Most everybody builds an iron farm right out of the gate because everybody's done it, and frankly, if you're using zombies, it's not terribly dangerous to get it set up. It doesn't take a ton of resources, and what it really just comes down to is a bit of management of villagers and zombies to get them in the right position so that it will run by design. And that's a pretty good situation to be in. Okay, so once again, we close this up one last time. We move you. Go on. Am I going to have to boat you? I guess we just left the other one in the boat. So get in the boat. Alright, now. This is just an abundance of caution and care, but they are now set. I thought about giving them a little shade tarp canopy thing, but I'm not too worried. Let's get this set up because I think having that little enclosure is good. Because the next thing we want to do is make a little spot to breed villagers. And oh, I guess, we're going to be coming down from there anyway. I basically just want to keep them safe. We do this, so maybe we won't need that little boat enclosure at all. Maybe we'll just do that. And then of that. And then we'll need this. This will have to be too wide. And I don't have... Man, it's been too long. I think this is all dirt, because I think we took everything else back. That's all beacon stuff. Rails, I'm looking to see if we have... okay, it's the other box is back at the... by the desert village, but I really need gates. And I think I have the stuff to make those back in that box, the goods box, or the gear box. I think it's the goods. So I think we'll make that our stop. That can stay here. No other shulker boxes here. Let's go ahead and clear this area, though. We're also going to need a whole bunch of beds. I don't think we'd gotten as far as really thinking this bit through, had we? And doesn't matter here too much, I don't think. I'm not too worried about... let's get a couple torches up here just to see what I'm doing. It doesn't matter about professions at all for these guys. They just need to keep populating the area, and I think that doesn't mean we need to be 3 tall. Just for the jumping on the beds of the kids. Otherwise, we'll get those little thundercloud little icon things above their heads when they do try to breed. this doesn't need to be anything more than just a safe space. And I will bring them in from the entrance just beyond me here, because we'll pull those boats over to where they can just drop down the hill, not even go in the water, and take them out on this side where we'll have the infrastructure built up for the farm itself. So the biggest remaining challenge after all that is going to be getting the particularly, I don't like that water. Is that a surface level lake? I guess it is. All right. No real problem, but let's see if we can take down that lowest level of water. Prefer not to have a dripping ceiling. I'm guessing it was those two. That would make those two, and hopefully that does it. So yeah, we'll where a boat comes over there, we'll just make sure that instead of having to cut down there, we'll be too wide over to here. Drop down, not get in the water, so we don't have to move them boat to boat. And should be plenty good from there. So it's a little drab, admittedly. Not the most stunning of nursery wards, I guess, but it's these are the heroes of Toe. They are going to be the founders of a whole new area here, and ultimately they're gonna have a very limited home range, but that's all right. Okay, so we need materials for beds, we need materials for gates, and we need, I guess, the one thing I have space already designed for here, and then this, that, and let's go ahead and drop some of that stone off. Might as well have the oak fences here as opposed to back home. Alright, everything else can stay. So heights above us here are going to be where this farm will sit. That post back there up on the hill is one of the corners of our spawn chunk area. So we will be building in this area if we need to, cheating out back towards the center. And again, the biggest challenge, particularly with the pillagers, I don't know how we move them up. Maybe I can push to a bubble elevator to the level, and seal it in. I mean, the pistoning up of a boat seems ridiculously hard, but I don't know of anything that they will be baited to. And as you saw in the desert, that was really the first time I saw where he was like, oh, I'm going to go over to the tower that's my home, not hang out with you. I don't have any interest in hanging out with you or chasing you now that I don't have a weapon. So they seem to recognize that and kind of change their behavior. But you two get to be good friends, hang out. You two as well. The villagers are going to get a lot more love here, but Jerry, Jerk, take care, and we'll see you back here in a bit. So they'll do their thing. We'll go do ours, and should have a nice little environment. Oh, let's get this ready to go because I don't know that I'll come back before we have a villager ready to go. And again, we just want to get this so that once I get them in a boat back at the spawn portal, I don't have to move them around or manipulate them or anything. Just take them on over, drop off the edge, and they'll be good to go. And that just gives me enough room here. Make the corner nice and easy. Now we can just zip right around there and go. All right, it's all come together. That was the long, slow, boring task of this, and I thank you all for your patience of hanging out with me while we did that. Let's get... Oh, I left all the stupid fences. Of course I did. Okay. Now I need to let myself out. And so now, before we go back over to the desert village complex area, we're going to go home first and get our... Can I make that? Oh, look at me. Get our supplies. And again, that's food for breeding. That is beds so that we can support a population. And that is... fence gates, right? That we'll need to keep everybody wrangled in the right places. Any beasties? Nope. Good to be home. Okay, we need wool. And I don't think we have a ton of it, do we? No. Black. 27 would get us 9 beds. I think, if I remember right, I think we want 12 per level, and we don't have to do it all at once. But I think we want to have enough beds to make the population go up to 14 in that room we just set up. I hope that's big enough. It should be. You don't have to, when you're just breeding, just jam all the beds together side by side by side by side by side. That should be fine. But to do that, let's get some shears. We don't have a giant sheep operation here. But have I left food? I think after our big old farm and trade operation, we kind of may have goofed. Some watermelon slices. I don't think those work. Poison potatoes. That's not going to be good. All right, you guys need to grow up. We could use hay bales from the barn. Alright, I don't know how well this is going to work with you guys. Yeah, if you don't go outside, you can't get grass and grow more wool for me, dude. Alright, let me through. Let me through. Alright, you guys stay out here and eat the grass. Grow lots of wool. Grow potatoes and carrots. Well, maybe we've got a stack or something inside. Or maybe we had. I think we sold pretty much everything. I don't think we have like extra full stacks of potatoes or carrots, fortunately. 24 potatoes and a carrot. Now we do have a stack of bread. We could very much use that, but it's just a single stack. Maybe though we should use that and go get them started, and then we can be making runs back and forth. Um, I don't I don't know at all if villagers will grow up in the spawn area when we're away. Let's just take some of that. Sorry about the breathing there. I know my headset, it's not fancy. It's not super trendy or awesome, and the mic kind of picks that up a little bit. So, sorry. Alright, I don't know that our three little sheepies have all grown wool yet. Torches make it kind of see. Looks like two of them have at least. So we'll go get them one more time and then run around and see if we can find some native sheep. Alright, go back that way. It's not bad. Alright, I don't think, sadly, we have many sheep left around here. Well, we had to go. Well, maybe it was the goats that we were bringing back. Maybe there are a few more sheep around here. That's just a birch tree, I think. We do want to make enclosures for llamas and horses and all of that here in our farm area. But we've been pretty well focused on these couple of tasks now for a long time, and I like that. I like that it requires some focus, but it isn't my natural state of play, and because I have kind of been trying to manipulate all the pieces and working through these various steps. It does make the episodes more, a bit more planned out. That I want to do them at a time when, okay, yeah, I'm not just turning on the camera and going. What am I going to do again? Why are we trying to accomplish this? And that may not completely come through on a day like today when we need wool. We got to make beds. But it's real life gaming. That's not when you've got a let's play where you're getting to see everything that goes on. Being able to not just see a cut that says, okay, and then then you gather all the resources. Cut, and you don't understand that may well have been 20 hours if you're really playing straight vanilla hardcore. It may have been still significant, even if you've got some duping or anything like that. You just, you need to get some of the resources, even if you have farms and things set up. But every time there's that cut, that's somebody playing a game that, may be going through the same headaches that we just had trying to get pillagers in the right place and learning those lessons. And I think since I don't necessarily know how all this works, and that's big part of the reason why I went with the pillagers, in addition to they can make a much more effective farm. I know you all know how zombies behave. I didn't know anything about how Pillager crossbows and what setting those up looked like, and so I think if I'm sitting there flipping through uh, streams or a YouTube channel, hey, what am I going to work on? That's a little more compelling. Hey, how do Pillager? I didn't even know Pillager was a thing. If it wasn't for Logical Geek Boy, whose farm we're using, I wouldn't have even known that was a thing. But even in his YouTube tutorial on the farm that we're going to build, if you search for Logical Geek Boy and the Minecraft Iron Farm, he goes through all the numbers and why you build it the way you do, which is awesome. Big shout out. That's why he's so good at what he does, along with many others. And I'm not saying that his farm is one that you have to use in favor of like Doc M's or somebody else's. It just seemed like a cool, different one I've never tried before, and really could be pretty impressive. It also could make the game on my laptop just absolutely unplayable. We'll figure that out, but looks really good. So I'm excited to have that. We still don't have as much wool as I would like. I'd like to have equal amounts and make white and black beds. We can kind of alternate them just so it stands out a little bit. Easy counting, piano keyboard look. Alright, so 7 more pieces of white wool, and then we'll take these acacia logs, we'll go grab a villager, hopefully get him out, or her, to the build site, and if we're really, really lucky, get a second. So I'll just come back over here. The longer we're in the vicinity of this stuff, we're getting more chances or cycles for growth on our carrots and potatoes. And again, with our fortune hoe, it shouldn't have to be too long before we are ready. Oh, I already got 30. All right, perfect. We do need another boat. Check that other door too, make sure we're not leaving the base vulnerable here. It's closed. Alright, with some of the wood we already have, let's make a boat. We should also drop off a bunch of this junk. Let's make 2 boats. Light gray wool, I don't need that. That can go away. That can go away. Coal should go downstairs. These wood planks should go back. The iron can go back. I don't need to carry that around. Those should really go in the animal box. All right, let's run downstairs because I want to put this light gray wool, the coal, and the copper all in. Those are all things that I've seen in the inventory here that all go downstairs. Boom, boom. We won't make the beds until we get over there because that will gobble up all the storage. All right, we want that. We want that. We want that. Got our beds. Dirt and stone don't really matter, but we'll just drop off the dirt. There we go. All right, bred to breed at the desert. These 2 to get managed back in, and we'll pick up the other pink box when we're there. Oh, we can leave the shears, right? We got plenty of wool now. 10, enough for 10 white beds and 9 black beds. That seems great. So we'll use this first loaf of bread to get the village fully bred up, and then we'll just grab one villager, bring them back over, and check in here as often as we can in all of those trips to check on the potatoes and carrots, so that when we do get them over to the base, they'll be able to be bred. And by base, I mean the little area we just set up. So I don't have gold on. A little bit of XP. The other thing I was thinking about with this iron farm deal at some point along the way, I do really think I'd like to make the harvesting of it an on-off automated killing, and that's something I don't I don't recall having done specifically, but it's not rocket science really. It's just we want to get our lava such that we can set it to flow or break it, so that when they drop, they either gather and hang out that way, where we can kill them from safety, or they fall, get consolidated, and end up in lava, which will kill them and not harm the ingredients, the drops, so that we can gather them up when they're enjoying the benefit of being running at spawn, and so constantly running when we're out doing whatever we're doing. That farm is generating us iron, and that's how we're going to need to use it at first. We want as much iron as possible, but our drop farm or darkroom spawner is not super speedy or efficient at dropping mobs for us to kill. It's basically an AFK farm where we let it do its thing and go in every few minutes and harvest it. And I've run a few episodes where we've just kind of had, chatting about topics of the day and things like that as we run around, kind of like the beginning of this one where I was just waiting on that pillager. But to fully repair things, that's a couple episodes worth, and that's why sometimes we run around killing lava slimes for what seems like ages. Other times we're busy. I should have brought some iron. Look at you, dude. Don't worry. We'll have loads of iron soon enough. All right, where are all of our candidates here? There were several farmers earlier. There's one of them. I kind of like having them free to run around and do their own thing. Don't we have a bell here too? Did I move it? I might have moved it. Hey, all right, you two. Awesome. Have some bread. Here, come here. Hey, come here. You, come here. Hey. Oh, come on. Guys, what are you doing? I don't have enough to just load you all up constantly. What are you doing hiding in here? I mean, I know it's your workstation and all, but What a waste. Anybody in here? I'm glad I made this a step. I think this is going to be a first big deal. Getting a few of these guys close to one another so we can load them up. That's how you wreck all your crops. There's the deal. Come on. Come here. What will that do? Send them all home. What? You're supposed to come here. Second one, bring them back? Thought that was a deal. Alright, now you're coming. Are you coming? Come on. Everybody come to the bell. Maybe I'm thinking of the Fallout bell. I always thought the bell brought everybody together to their, like, meeting place. With that. Hear ye, villagers. This is why I just grab villagers and take them to pre-arranged spots. What the? Is there anybody up top that I can leverage? A couple that are together? Because what I don't want to do is waste all the bread that I have. The other thing is, if I've got any that are enclosed where I've kind of sealed off doors, I don't want to pull them out of that because I want to keep this village safe and a village. And we all know how funky the villagers can get about grabbing back. Now, I saw one guy up here at one point. Where'd he go? He drop off and take fall damage and gone now? I hear a cat. Is there like a whole pocket of them down in a cave or something? A hole? I know there were 2 villagers the last time I was here, and I don't know that they've had any raids or reasons why they would not be around. I think we're far enough away now we wouldn't have villagers just getting stuck in a hole or anything. But back over here somewhere? Oh, you silly villagers. Where are you? We're really down to 2? What are you guys doing over here? I thought your job was to protect all these guys. Alright. I'm gonna have to do this the hard way, huh? Don't... Oh. Won't you come down here if I can get you in a boat? Where are you going? Don't... Now, what am I gonna do? I think what I'm basically seeing is that I'm gonna have to get another little breeding apartment here. We got all this awesome glass for windows, right? Okay. Alright, there's all that. There's that. That. Oh, you're both in there. Alright, well, that's handy. We can start things by just. Oh, now I can't get in the boat. Ah, man. Can I push the boat? Sorry, I didn't mean to hit you in the face. I'm just trying to slowly push this boat back. Okay, while you're in there, I'm going to make a little modification here. Seal that up. This isn't needed then. Oh. Now, I don't know where that guy was going to sleep in the past, but oh, it's getting close to night. What is this? Sandstone? Okay. Quick. If you guys need it, get in these beds. Come here. Go to bed. Wherever it is. Okay. I do very well. I'm going to bed. Okay. We're getting there. How about... Oh, I don't know. Something like this. A little ventilation. Oh, not there. Maybe there. Something like that. And oh, used up all those. Alright. Well, you get a fancy block. Never be seen. And I'd still like... Ooh. Well, I guess I got rid of all those stairs and everything. Okay. So then this side... The door may actually help a bit. Let's get a light here. Alright, we gotta go back to the boat technique, maybe? Before we do, though, let's make 2 gates. Let's put them there. Do that to make that a little safer. Now, the problem is going to be getting the boat. He in particular, I have no idea where he's going to go. Where did the wait? Oh, did you become a farmer because I broke the cartography table? That makes a little more sense. Oh, where are you going? Don't break your seeds. What are you doing? Stop. You're a bad farmer. Stop being a bad farmer. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Get in the boat. Why are you not getting in the boat? Hey. Oh. Will you get it? Come here. Get down there. Get in the boat. All right. You're in the boat. So now I have no idea which one is not going to want to move when the beds are broken. We need to break that. Let's move these down here. Bed. It's very angular. It's a new design technique. All the rage. All those fancy furniture shops and all that. They're all about the angle bed. All right. You, sir, coming with me. We may have to take their hay bales too. All right, come here. Come here. Where are you going? Come on. Get in the boat. Come on. Come on. Do your thing. Get out of the water. We're here. There you go. There you go. There you go. Get the boat. Oh, no. He head faked me. Let's do this. All right. Now, when you get out of the water, come over here. We got a shot. Maybe. Now you'll never go over there again, will you? I see you looking at me. I know you're wary. You can't go up on top of that from the water. No, that's not going to work. I'm telling you, man. What are you doing? You're the one that's going to be the gene pool for this entire civilization, huh? Oh, man. Get out of the water. I know where you're going to go. Come on. Go! Get in the boat! All right. Wow, painful. All right, now maybe. Get this done. I would really like one more. Can I do that? No! Oh, you jerk! You're way too committed to your job. Oh, now if he's... All right. Whew. Okay, so somewhere up here, and I guess we're just going to have to break all of them. This guy's got a sleeping space. The other piece is they probably have... Well, they're gonna want to get back to their job blocks, so I may have to. Maybe that was easier to find. I don't know that there's any other options for them, so maybe that was his bet. I think let's go ahead and take their employment for now as well. Then they should remain unemployed because they can't get back, but they shouldn't care so much about trying to return. Okay. And I don't think will just sit there. They may because they can see it. So let's block those two. All right. Now, you've already gotten all the bread I get. Okay, they're trading the bread. Populate the world. Hearts. I'm waiting for the... There we go. Lots of hearts. So many hearts. And we got a bouncing baby villager. Awesome. All right. Well, that is one. Before they can... No. Before they can do anything, we're leaving them because I expect that took... Yeah, we're already in an hour and 8. So, awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Sorry again for the extended delay coming back from vacation. There was... Frankly, on Sunday, it was just too nice. I did a bit of odd, but it was like 60 degrees, and I knew that this week, and it is chilly. I've got stories to share on that. Maybe in the stream, maybe here someday if there's nothing more exciting to talk about. But in that one, I definitely wanted to recap where we've been at since there's been a gap. So enjoy the video. Hope you did, I guess, if you got to this point. And likes and comments, always appreciated. We'll be breeding up these villagers, getting enough to highly populate this town, and then a few more to snag off through the portal. So next episode, probably a lot of breeding, bouncing back and forth to the farm to get more carrots and potatoes and all that good stuff. And by the time we're done, this should be a bustling metropolis, and we should have our core to start building up at the iron farm as well. Until that time, though, take care of yourselves. Stay awesome out there. We will see you for the next one. Bye now.